Baba is back. Baba is fine.
Let me make this call quickly. I need to understand
Good
what
It
is
is
going
evening,
well.
brothers and sisters, good people and well
IT
wishers.
guy.
It is
IT
nice engaging
guy.
on. How
directly
was
with
your
you guys.
vacation?
IT guy.
After such a long time, I've been on the fence, but yeah, just watching from a distance, really.
We are still here. We are still where you left us. So
Well, I haven't left you guys. I was on Baba's platform on, I think it was on Sunday evening.
I saw your name. I saw your name.
Yeah, I was there. Going
I
through
had to
the
leave. When they
emotion.
turned into crusade, I needed to leave.
Yeah, I think I kind of sort of like go engage with other stuff. I didn't see the latter part of it, but yeah, I thought people kind of run positive ring around Mr. Loba to support him as much as they can, and I don't think he'll expect anything less. But yeah, the struggle continues with this one, really, to be honest. I think it will be difficult for him. It will be in a very difficult place right now with all the daggers that are actually sort of like running his direction as it stands and all the ammunitions. I just can pray to God to give him all the Teflon and all the support he needs to see these difficult times through.
Good evening, everyone. Lady Harris, how are you?
I'm fine, BB. How are you? Nice to talk to you again. Where were you? I
Nice
was
to talk.
looking for you earlier, BB, when I went live.
Yeah, I think I went somewhere that does not have coverage of
Okay.
internet. Yeah,
How are
so
you, IT guy and acupuncture? How are you? How are you, everybody?
good
The
evening,
IT guy
good
is
evening,
good.
ma. Good
Iron
evening.
Lady, I see your work. I see your hand, though. God
Yeah,
bless you.
kí ni mo tún ṣe? Oh, okay.
I see your energy.
Thank
I
you.
see your
Mo tún
energy.
tún ṣe nìyẹn. I must have committed something now. But no
You know
wahala.
when you sort of like how can I put it? When
Mo ti
you
lọ fa
have
wàhálà níbì kan.
when you have the power of self and you believe in yourself,
Oh, okay.
and that is not something you find in every human being, and it doesn't matter how many times the devils and the bad people turn around and stick their daggers, there's always that protection. So keep up the good work. I mean,
All
not
right.
everybody would like your utterances, not everybody would like the ideas you bring to the table. At the end of the day, you still stand tall. So keep up the good
All
work.
right. Thank you, sir. I don't have a lot of compliments, so this one I'm gonna hold dear to my heart. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What I just understand about the whole thing is that we are trying to build a kind of reputation in Nigeria. They say it take 1 million people to build a good reputation. People may not understand. Some people may not understand this justice of a thing, how it's going on, and what we are going to achieve at the end of it all. Even when, because some people will say, even though when I get justice, the person will not die never die. He don't die. The person have died. But the point is that this is going to serve as a freedom to the other one who are passing through the same similar thing, because they never knew. They believe that once you don't have money, you are not in Nigeria. But I thank God, because yesterday when I heard they invited, I say the more one word will say, except wants to mean. If they should detain Baba yesterday, that means the justice has arrived. That no, but they cannot detain Baba. There's no way they could detain that man. There is no way. There is no
Sorry,
way,
but
because they know that. or the whole world is looking at them. The whole world, they themselves, they know what they are doing. They are just fighting for nothing because they know fully well that this man, either devil like it or not, the truth will always prevail. Because when I saw the man was it not on Sunday? I felt for the man because, as a matter of fact, I don't listen to mobile music again because I don't want to kill myself. Because whenever I listen to that guy's music, I don't know. I don't always get myself. That's why I say the only thing that will make me be happy and still be happy to everybody and everything is if this justice can come on time, so that let's let me witness it and see this is the justice for Mohbad. I will be very, very happy. In fact, I have vowed in my mind that if this justice come out in my area, I am going to kill a car.
Give
I
away.
will call people. I'm telling you. Okay, let's go there because in fact
Acupuncture.
I cannot even rest at work.
I have a theory for you. So now there is a petition, and now they've brought Baba in. They obviously using Baba as an example for us to believe there is due process in place. So I know Mr. Aloba probably wouldn't want to go down the route to dish out petition that can impact on his immediate family, as far as this whole process is concerned. But I think the system is fooling us at this point in time. They're just using him as an example and using it to direct us to a point where we believe due process is in place. What do you think about that?
You say?
What I'm saying
Come
is
again.
actually that, see, the old water is muddled up to a point right now where we don't actually believe that these people are doing the right things at the right time. They're using this as an example, as an operation to fool the rest of the world to actually believe that when a petition is served, this is the process that they're going to take it through. I know 100% you cannot, a petition is a petition. If they invite you to come and you come, they're only going to go through the process. You're only going to sort of like say your own bit at the end of the day. If you look at the whole process and you want to say cyberbullying, all Baba need to do is petition Wumi on the audio that went viral, and that is even enough to keep them quiet. So, but I think the
Yes.
authorities and the system is just trying to use this for us to believe that they are now doing things accordingly.
Exactly. I thought of this yesterday. I thought of that yesterday. I say they are just trying to do this in that they say, even these people are trying now. See the way they do everything. They are doing it in a way whereby this is how it's supposed to be. They are all just they are playing. They know that where the where they are playing to, sir. They know that Nigeria have passed that. We have passed that boundary. We've more than that boundary. So what the Aki Panky they were playing there, we've passed it. See, they don't see where to hold again. They don't see anywhere to hold. It's just like when you throw a little baby in a big ocean. There's nowhere to hold again. Because I have never seen it in one day where this man make mention of the so-called person, the so-called people that wrote petition against him. He always say what the man was saying, even though at bracket was that, who killed my son? How did my son die? Why did they embalm my son without me being there? What happened to the son before they embalm him? Where is the hospital that they took the guy to? Why did he die? Who were with him there before he died? That was what he was saying in Berekete. And this is the same people that they wrote petition against. And the police never said anything about it because it's God. It's a human God. They know the shit.
You will find that the script itself that they've written They now undermining the a well-meaning Nigerian. They undermining an average Nigerian on the face of this planet by now engaging with the system and the authorities advising them to change the script. Otherwise, Adura will not come and slap every single one of us in the face, or any story that is coming to say is the one that did the embalmment. But they have a reason why they've actually gone that way. It might take time for us to actually understand the reason why, and that's why Baba said, wherever the case may be, let's all meet in court.
Yes.
Whether the story itself holds water or not, one. Now, if all the narratives and everything with all the technology we have in the world that we know we have, with all the telecommunications company we have in Nigeria, and we know that the jurisdiction within that country can actually get the system to request digital forensics. Now, if digital forensics, as we'll know, is available, cannot be destroyed and depleted. It is
Yeah.
available, right? Step by step, every step of the way. With digital forensics, everybody involved in any mago will go down immediately. So when will I don't know, people work in the background, people work in isolation, and perhaps they working through the legal system to look at what is available to see how they can dissect the constitution and anything that guides IT related forensics on the side of this digital aspect of technology. Now, if they are doing that work in the background, and I hope they are doing that work in the background, and there is sort of like credence to that, and that is actually sort of like agreed, then you see it doesn't really matter which story you are telling. We're only interested in the one that you've mentioned, that you made a phone call to someone, you receive a phone call from this person, and everything will be put together. We will know who the liars are. We will know who the buyers are, because everybody's phone will log all the calls you made, all the calls you received, all the texts you received, and the time. You see, we are looking at a situation where someone is going to buy somebody and said he wasn't present at the scene at the time. He's destroyed the SIM, he's destroyed the phone, he's done everything he can. And he maintained that he was nowhere near the scene, he was far away. And when the justice system, the system that you can reckon with, decides to go into digital forensics, the last time the phone beaconed, even though the phone was turned off at the time where he carried out the crime, before he destroyed the SIM and everything, placed him at the scene of the crime. And that is how they nailed him, and that is how he's now serving a life sentence. That happened in the UK. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you. It's just that is just see, they are just trying to make sure that there's no harm in trying.
IT guy.
Let us try.
Hello.
Maybe we can get these people off this. But even the way things is going now, the way things is going now, we are beginning to see the green light. The green light there. The green lights are beginning to see it now. That yes, at last we are going to get justice.
IT guy. Uh oh. IT guy have dropped. Wow. That's okay. But good evening, everyone, once again.
Good evening.
For me, I don't even understand the system any longer. When this gentleman was alive, he petitioned the police with a particular name being mentioned. Not one, not twice. And this same Obelegushi name is not departing away from the internet. Till today, people keep mentioning the name, and the police see nothing to even say, okay, why is it that this name is being mentioned left and right from the east and the west? What is it about? What is the interest about this name? Yet, if he went to lay a complaint, they listen to him and they act swiftly. But when other people complain about him, they treat the complaint of the other people with lackadaisical attitude. Who does that?
Gosh.
I don't know if you guys are getting what I'm saying. Who does that? I'm tired of all this shenanigan and nonsense, honestly speaking. I'm just sick of Nigerian police. I'm telling you. May God help us.
Baby, please, I want to ask you something. Don't you
Go
think
ahead.
there is a mind game being played on everybody right now?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yes.
Okay, why the legal team of Baba? Why are they not acting active the same way the justice for Wumi are using the Oba name to act? Why are they not acting? To me, I'm seeing a mind game being played here. They want the public to gradually forget about Mohbad, justice for Mohbad. They want everybody to be like withdrawing easily and quietly so that they can call Baba and say, okay, Baba, come. How far? And I think that is what is going on. They're trying to make sure that they talk to him, they plead to him. They will first of all plead to him, advise him, send some family member. Oh, this is 8 months, this is 9 months, this is a year. Don't you think we are not getting anything out of this thing? Don't you think we should move on? Okay, what we have now is enough. Look at what we have on ground. Even though they are not going to show him everything, we have this, we have this, we have this. We have
My
this, we
brother,
have this.
my brother,
Eh,
if I should answer your first question, that says that why is it that Baba legal team are not acting the way Wumi legal team are acting? Now, let me answer you. Every lawyer take instruction from his client. Is that correct? So we don't know the instruction Baba is giving his lawyers. If you came to hire me as a lawyer, you give me instruction on what you want me to do for you. And that is what I will do. So we don't know the instruction Baba is giving to his legal team. Because there was a tape, there was a phone recording that came out earlier on between Baba and Wumi. That Wumi was even threatening Baba and she was insulting Baba. Baba did not give his legal team instruction to take Wumi on. There is another tape. Mama Mohbad, Baba ex-wife, also saying all kinds of nonsense about Baba. Baba equally did not give his legal team instruction. So you see, a lawyer will not act until you, the client, tell him to act.
Baby,
Have I answered your question?
just to
Mr. Baby,
okay.
You have
Just to add something very quickly, BB,
okay.
to what you've said. And I mean, it's some of the things that has been discussed on various platforms. I've been involved in, such discussion and all that kind of stuff. It is clear that, Baba wants to do things his own way. If the opportunity to petition is there, the opportunity is still there, and they can still do the petition at any given time. But one thing that I will first of all ask, why is Baba and his team not requesting for digital forensics? One, shouldn't we, the public, right now put out a demand and impose a demand on Baba and his team to request for digital forensics? And if it's something they've requested for, maybe they need to tell us they are working on it. They are working on it in the background, because I think it is key and critical, and it will eliminate a lot of monkey and mouse game that is being played so far. People can put audio out to kind of distract us, distract the whole process, and put anything in there to destabilize the process and get people thinking in their camp. But if we are requesting digital forensics, the closer we get to it, the quieter they will get. They are vocal
IT
right
guy.
now. Yes.
IT guy.
Yes.
With the greatest of respect, this is one of the reasons why I personally and other people, good evening. This is the main reason why I personally, and I believe millions of other people have problem with Muiwa. Okay, Muiwa, you live in an advanced country. You just cite an example of UK, how they solve a crime, a murder crime, and the person is still serving his jail terms. Okay, you Muiwa, you are living in an advanced country. You know how things is being done and handled. Are you not supposed to give Baba all this idea? 1 minute, please.
Unite, please, can you repeat your question?
Okay, Imole. My
Yes, sir.
question is, at this point in time, it's getting clear and clearer that there is something a lot fishy at the background, which is not clear to the public. I'm
Sorry,
seeing,
please. I have to continue. I'm sorry. So this is why a lot of people have problem with Mr. Muiwa. Now, engaging a lawyer outside Nigeria takes a lot. Do you know what it takes to engage a lawyer outside Nigeria? When he's coming for appearance, you have to fly him down. You pay him international legal fee with international standard charge. So the IT guy, I think we have discussed all this. That we as a citizen, we don't have to teach the police their job or what they are supposed to do. These are people who went through training for God knows how long. But they decide to act the opposite side of their call mandate of duty. So you see,
BB.
that is why, with respect, I'm landing. That is why we find ourselves here today. And if you could listen to me, the other time I said all hope is not lost. Even now, all hope is not lost. The police can still do what we call Lumina investigation in that house. You can come in, the IT guy.
We shouldn't relent in our effort to keep educating Baba and keep advising Baba however much we can, whichever platform we find ourselves. You see, when the broadcast was going out and we kept pushing for Baba to set up his platform, which we know he has, use his platform to engage with fellow Nigerians directly. I am glad that that process is beginning to take shape. Now, it's the same way that we're not going to relent in our efforts to keep pushing for this team to request for this digital forensics. You see, the thing is, if they do request for digital forensic in this case, at least if the authorities are blocking it, the process, and they're bouncing it back, it will eventually go public. You see, the mention of this Mr. Muiwa and Muiwa, because people call him Mr. somewhere, people call him Muiwa somewhere. I will even call him Sir Muiwa. The thing is, he now has a power of attorney, which actually seems as if it's not going to disappear from him anytime soon. And it actually seems as if the crown he has as a crown prince of this whole process remains the same. If we know that is the same, there's no point us really castigating this person. There's no point attacking his personality. I think what we need to do is engage and keep, like I said, a united front to engage directly with Baba and keep grinding it into Baba to sort of like say the key factor in this whole process. If you set up a business and you're a service provider, you will have what you call a key performance index. The key performance index is what's going to actually get a customer to measure whether they are getting value for money or not. It is the one that is going to make everybody understand the agreement between both parties, memorandum of understanding where applicable. And if we keep pushing and keep pushing, and we know how key this is, and we know how confused we got when we're trying to find out who called Baba first. Whether it's Mama Mohbad that called Baba, whether it's the daughter that called Baba, whether it's someone's phone that someone is speaking with, all that innuendos and all that shenanigans around all this story will disappear prompto, instantly. It is key that in an instance where most of the forensics, physical forensics, the DNA aspect of this whole process is been discarded off, it's been tainted. We can't get anything sensible or logical out of it. The skin to skin forensics wasn't done. the crime scene wasn't cordoned to sort of like do a thorough forensics of it. None of it is done, and it's actually not too late, but you're only going to find fiber of this. You're only going to find the supersonic light that you put in there to say blood is there and blood is there. What does that give us when we know that most of the evidence is being tainted? But one thing you can lie about, and everything but one thing you can't lie about, is the digital aspect. I called him at 4:30 and someone is saying, no, you called him at 2:30. So what happened between the hours of 2:30 and 4:30? If you say you call someone at 4:30 and you call them at 2:30, so you have 2 hours really to straighten your story, to align your story and engage with people. You see, the thing is, this case would have been the easiest case to solve, but it's the most complicated case to now decipher who is lying and who's telling the truth, or whatever the case may be, simply because the authority have actually allowed the entire judicial process around it, the forensic process around it, common sense around it to be tainted. That is where we are. He says, she says, petition
The,
here,
the
petition
IT
there.
guy.
We're gonna be talking about what someone said. Someone is defamed your character. They're gonna lock someone up, but that is not leading us anywhere right now. If that team are not looking for a vital tool that they can find to unravel all the intertwined, all the woolly aspect of this process that we don't understand. Carry on, Bibi.
The IT guy, thank you very much. This is how it's supposed to be done. This is how it's supposed to be done. What you just analyze. But we are not going to get it. Why? Because we did not get it from the beginning. Those who are supposed to give it to us, they did not. And that is what I said earlier on. These are professionals that know what they are supposed to do. But they cherry pick. Do you understand? Look, for instance, when one of their own committed suicide in Oyo State, what did they do? They
Sorry,
immediately got...
Bibi. Z, okay, he's muted himself. I was just going to say,
Can I go ahead?
yeah, is Z or Zai that is making a bit of noise. I was just going to get him to mute, but I think he has.
So, look, when one of their own committed suicide in Oyo State, immediately they got the house sealed for 1 month. Nobody, no family, no friend go in and out of that house of the deputy police commissioner that committed suicide in Ogbomoso, right in his own hometown. So this should tell you that the police know what they are supposed to do. But they just choose or cherry pick, if you so like. And this is exactly what they were supposed to do in the case of Mohbad. Let me draw you backwards. Look, in a serious country, in a country that have value for human dignity, in a country that value its own citizen, when Baba took this lifeless body to the police station, they were not supposed to allow Baba to leave without body. They were supposed to ask him where he is bringing that body from, and they are supposed to follow him there and immediately start their investigation, just like we rightly said. Everybody that was present, they were supposed to take fingerprint instantly. Believe me, If they were to take fingerprints on that night or on that day and match it with all the fingerprint of Mohbad's body, somebody will start talking. But they did not do it. And that is why we find ourselves where we are today. And I keep saying that all hope are not lost. The police can still redeem their... Okay, Baba was on live on Sunday. I was at the comment section. One woman called him, and immediately she called him. She said, Josie Akpomojaye, Lossi Police Station, law report arai. I'm telling you. And she was dropped immediately. Okay, yesterday, I passed through Temi platform, and they were rejoicing that Baba is being... They were lying that Baba is being detained in the police station, that Baba will pass the night in the police station. That people shouldn't mind those saying that Baba was left to go home. That if truly Baba was left to go home, why didn't he do a video? Why didn't we do this? And I was like, oh my God. Oh, I just felt sick. Then another lady was now saying that, why is Baba making noise on social media? He know where his son died. Why can't he go to the house where his son died and go and cry over there? And why is it disturbing the social media? And I was like, oh my God. These people, are they human? Are they human? Look, the IT guy, let me be honest with you. There is a proverb in Ghana that says, when you are advising a cat not to go near your stinking fish, make sure that you also keep your stinking fish far away from the cat, because of the smell. Now, if they are saying what I just heard Lady Harris said earlier on, that about the Yoruba adage that says Bojukro, this and this, that and that, are we still going to know what led to the death of this young man? Are we still going to be told what killed this young man? So, the IT guy, I want you to understand that these people know what we don't know. They know it. And that is
Baby,
why they are playing this hanky-panky.
I would challenge you if you say they know. Let me give you an analogy. This came out recently. I'm sure it went viral and people would have actually seen it. And it goes that when you round up a group of people who are involved in what's it called, in kidnapping, yeah, so they're kidnapping for money, yeah, they're getting 1 million, they're getting 20 million, they're getting 100 million, they pay on average, the family of the people they kidnap. Now, when you round them up and see them, what you find out immediately at that point in time is that Z or Zai, you need to mute yourself, whatever is happening there in the background. A lot of noise there. So when you round them up, are you telling me these kidnappers actually look like the people that have been collecting millions upon millions that would have amounted to billions, that, the supply of whatever it is that their governors have given them? So the people like Temi and them, Lord, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what's going on. They are literally like vermins that are being groomed in a place to go and carry out a work. When they tell them to jump, they say ow I. When they tell them to bark, they go woof woof. When they tell them to bite, they don't care whether it's the flesh of a human being they're biting, a stick or an iron rod. So these are demented people in our society whose life are useless and baseless, who have absolutely nothing to do with their lives other than take instruction and actually go mad. If these people, especially the ones that are in the West, find themselves in Lagos and they're no longer able to go back to the West, they'll be biting people on the street. They'll be living on the street. Now, these are people whose mental health is being distorted up to a point where they cannot see their left from their right. And I'm telling you, if these Temi people, every single one of them, have children that are of adult age and understand this Mohbad situation, they will be cursing their mothers and even the fathers that got their mothers pregnant for bringing them to this world. So for me, they do not know what they are doing. They've just literally get infested with some kind of a virus. A virus is overriding their system and their brain, where whatever it is narrative that they follow, they are losing their minds by the hour. Not a single one of them will want to find themselves in a situation where they loan their children out to someone who is going to kill their children, and then they then go out to go and support the killers, if you look at it from that angle. So these people are not well. They are not well people at all. So if you want to celebrate that someone is looking for justice for their own kind and their own son, for their own family and their immediate blood, and you think that justice is wrong, and I think these people are not well. That's my own point of view. They're not well. They're not okay.
Okay. The IT guard, I agree with you totally. Please, any moderator here, Paparano, faithful God wants you to bring him hope. Now, the IT guy, look, the question I ask myself is, are these people saying Baba do not have the right to know what led to the demise of his lovely son? That is one. Now, second, I said the police know what we don't know. Did I hear you say you disagree with me?
No, you see I think you mentioned Temi's Temi's group, and that's the one I'm correcting to sort of like say the Temi group. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know what's going on.
Yes,
What they are
of
just doing.
course.
But from the police perspective, and the system and the judiciary process and all the kingpins and all the big top guys in Nigeria, all the way to the president Tinubu. I'm sorry to mention his name. They are all involved in this process and they all know what's going on. Now, if you run a country and you are, let's say, Donald Trump, yeah, in his time, and you are Obama, and you are anybody else that's been president of America, and a situation of this magnitude is actually unfolding under your nose. Now, if you look at the situation right now, yeah, a layman, a stupid man, a cockroach, a rat, and any vermin that you can think about, they know exactly what is happened here, right? Now, you've got the how can I put it? The surrounding area, the jurisdiction within that area. You've got another jurisdiction that covers that, which is Lagos. So you've got Lagos State Governor. You've got various Oba of various places and various Obas inside Lagos. they cannot come together and bring this legacy to account. The Lagos State governor cannot get involved and actually sort of like bring the whole process together and actually make sure that justice is served as it stands. A certain aspect of this is gone to Abuja to Brekete. So Tinubu and his people up there in Aso Rock cannot say they don't understand what's going on. Social media, you can say you don't want to, but the thing is, you read newspaper and you know this case is still hot as it stands at the moment. And you are telling me that we have to worry about the police. It's not the police that is a problem. It's a system, the people in it that are looking down on us as they've hijacked the political process. They've tainted the entire process to a point where a man is hijacked our votes and has put himself there. And since then, the country is being turned upside down. We can't do anything about it because they have the power and they are calling the shots. And if Tinubu will not speak, when the state governor decided to sort of like get involved, it was irate. It was irate to a point of no return, and it would have been injustifiable. It would have been a travesty for the governor of Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, to open his dirty mouth and actually say he is Mohbad, the first celebrity that is spied. I mean, that statement alone tells you, as much as we want justice, these people are not going to give us the justice. That is what I am saying from a far distance. They are not going to give us justice. Yeah, it is easy for Baba Mohbad to be petitioned. But I think the people in authority should have slapped that petition and turned that petition, chucked it out of the window. The petition doesn't have a ground to stand on. It actually make a mockery of our judicial process. It makes mockery of our justice system in Nigeria. And it actually
Not only
says,
mockery, but also
it actually
abuse.
says, for as
Abuse.
long as you
Abuse
are
of
the
the
son,
judicial process.
you are the son and a family of nobody at the top, you will never get justice. And I will tell you something that you need to understand very well. And we keep saying, san. 80%, if not 100% of these sands that you have that are pilfering on the public money work for the government. There is not a single san in Nigeria. The most prominent one and the ones that will tell you so story about cases they've won, they will be the one defending the government. They will be the one putting people in prison through EFCC for stealing bread on the streets, for doing little bits and pieces, for taking the servants of the kidnappers and locking them up and not chasing after the kidnappers. These are the people we call SAN. We call them senior advocate, but they work for the government. How are you going to get justice? Maybe that is even the reason why Mr. Muiwa decided to go and look for a son, the one that is in England, instead of the ones that are in Nigeria. Maybe he knows something we don't know. These people are working for the government. If they are not working for the government, they cannot advise Baba Mohbad to get digital forensics. They cannot do pro bono for all the sons in Nigeria to stand up against the government. Even Berekete said we don't fight the government. So what are we talking about? They can't fight the government because they work for the government. You know
Talking
what?
about Berekete.
You are gonna get all these sons together. You can have 50 of them, and they cannot. You are telling me they cannot get justice for Mohbad, and you call them senior advocate of Nigeria. Are you not going to put the placards out and get all the organs out and start singing it. Shame on all you sons in Nigeria. Every single one of you, with all the money all the blood money that you've made, imprisoning innocent people in Nigeria, and you have an opportunity to redeem yourself, and a single one of you can get justice for Mohbad without even pocketing public money. You swallowed government money all your career, all your life. Since 1960, every single son in Nigeria have pocketed blood money. Blood money is reigning in their family, looking after their family, is giving them the name. The blood money is giving them the name. Which of them can stand upright? Do they need this money? 60-year-old, 65-year-old, 70-year-old, 75-year-old, do they need public money to do nothing? They're sitting down, they're doing nothing. Inquest in anywhere in the world, even in South Africa, an inquest should not last any longer than 5 minutes, 1 week, one sitting. And we do the forensics and toxicology. What exactly are we doing? The police are just like you and I. In constabulary, where you get up in the morning, anyone on this platform, anyone that is listening, can any of you survive on police salary? Which police are we talking about? Inspector generals are part of the close clause clan that we have in Nigeria. They work with the sons, they work with the commissioners, they work with the governors, they work with the obas. We have got no leg to stand on this case, and it will drag. Inquest, one person. If the judge cough today, is going to bed. Inquest is finished. If this guy have headache, if there is no air conditioner, Nigeria, come on. If this is in a Nollywood script, I swear to God, everybody will be saying this is a badly written script. Do you know that the entire Mohbad situation up till now, if we put a pause on it and we run it into a script and we put it Nollywood movie, will you watch it? Will you believe that it makes sense? This is where we are. This is where we are. You see, police are just like you and I. They are citizens who are there to just keep the law, maintain and uphold the law. That's what they sign up to. They are not there to go and do forensics. Police are not forensics. They are not there to go and cordon, because remember, this whole process, it is every department is got rightful people with the expertise to do the right thing in a procedural way at the right time. If the forensics people are there, what is police doing in there? Detectives will be there. All other people will be there. Forensic will be doing their own thing. They will take it to the lab. Oba doesn't need to know. Lagos State governor doesn't need to know. The prime minister doesn't need to know. The president doesn't need to know. And nobody can tamper with that due process that has been put in place. And whatever is submitted, nobody... Have you ever had anything in England? Something goes wrong in America, in Sweden, in Germany, and they say, we want a second opinion? Are you kidding me? That something of this nature will happen in England, and we are now saying we're sending it to America for analysis? This is where we are. And this is the reason why I don't mean to demean the process, and I don't mean to depress anybody. I don't mean to meddle with anybody's mental health. We may not get justice in this case. Carry on, baby. Carry on.
Thank you very much, the IT guy. Thank you. Thank you. In fact, I love the part that you describe Sanwo-Olu mouth as a stinking mouth that says, is Mohbad the only celebrity that will first die? So it all bounds down to what we've been saying. We don't know yet if Baba has given his lawyer any instruction of this that you outlined about 30 minutes ago. So they are trying to be smart, but they cannot be smarter than the one that created them. That is what I can see in this case. But me, I said, all hope is not lost. The police can still start and they will still find out something if they so wish. But here is the case whereby they are treating the issue with lackadaisical attitude.
Peace to a certain extent, and actually more like, align sanity around our society and just help us with the basics. And, provided that the police are doing the right things, we believe we're in the right place. But I still maintain, yeah, and I hope that if we want to put out a petition and want to put out a crusade, if you get all the sands surrounding Baba's team right now and you dump digital forensics print out and you dump it on their table and you say, here is the audio of all the submissions, all the information the police got of every individual that is being interviewed, right? So this is the audio and this is a pamphlet, and in this pamphlet is all the digital forensics of absolutely every conversation between people. Give them 1 week. Actually, before 1 week, I swear to God, 50% of the people would have disappeared from Nigeria. The ones that will go through Ghana, Cotonou will disappear. All the, I don't know, 56 people or 26 people that I interviewed, all the 100 people and all the people in the house, they will all disappear. Maybe then we have heart attack and end up in hospital. You see, if we cannot sort after the right tool to deal with the right situation at the right time, it will be difficult for us to unravel what is a fact, what is truth, what is fabricated, and even for us to just have an horizon that gives us comfort. You look over the horizon and you think, wow, I never actually believed this place is this beautiful. Then at that point, our outcry will definitely not go in vain. And I still pray that our support and outcry for Mr. Aloba does not go in vain. Good evening, African TV. African television, good evening.
Evening, IT, my brother. How are you? The IT man, my brother. How you doing?
I'm fine. I've been following everybody, and people think I'm absent. I'm not absent. I just don't come up, but I listen from platform to platform. But Well done. I know you're doing, your bit. Know that, and welcome.
Yeah. Good evening, Paprano. Oh yeah, Iron Lady. How are you, BB? Let's just say good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm enjoying the cold weather here in Europe, and I just finished a meeting of the foundation before getting in into the bedroom, and I'm sort of relaxed right now, and I feel sad every time I listen to people talking about this movement and the situation of Baba. Typical script, typical wicked stripes are being taken to whip Baba. They want to whip him and beat him into submission. And this is one of the tactics of the wicked because they think they are wise in their way and they are going after the head of the movement for justice. But what they don't realize is that the wicked runs when nothing is chasing them. Going after Baba for me is a clear indication. I've never talked about Elegushi. I try not to go after people. If you study my role in this movement, it's been primarily on DNA. But Elegushi going after Baba gives me an insight into his role in everything. And it gives me the permission to now talk about him. I haven't been one of those castigating people because for me, everybody's a suspect. Everybody's a suspect. But Elegushi just put himself on the scale of 1 to 10. He put himself right at 9.5 suspect for me by going after Baba. And that now means that we are going to put the torchlight on him. We're bringing even the skylight and everything to investigate him and expose everything that we can find about him. Because you don't run when nobody's chasing you. Going after Baba just, for me, your biggest mistake, Mr. Elegushi, because I don't consider you an Oba. I believe in traditional, dignified people as Obas. You're nothing but a tout, a criminal in disguise with a title of Oba. Obas don't hang around touts and your name should have never been called among Sam Larry, who's known as a thug. You're supposed to be a dignified traditional ruler. But unfortunately, the way the Obas or the so-called kingship is going in Nigeria, any criminal with enough drug money or illicit money can buy the title. Even me, I've been approached to come and eat and chop chieftaincy title in the little village because they smell little money. I've been approached, and that's how people, numbnuts like Elegushi, get their title, and people call them Oba. You don't compare to Oba when we talk about Toriedo in Benin, or when we talk about the Ms. You are nothing but a tout Elegushi because your name is being sang amongst criminals and illicit people. So the biggest thing for me is you going after Baba, you made a big mistake. Because now those of us who are trying to respect that name Oba, we now have to touchlight your anus and find out anything that we can find. Well, like I said, I just finished a meeting of the foundation. We're working on Bamishe's case. One thing common between the two cases, and I want you guys to begin to put a touchlight on this. One thing we identified, in the case of Bamishe, they lied. Under this Sanwo-Olu government, they lied that the toxicology report has been sent abroad. 2.5 years. Today, we just confirmed from the family of Bamishe less than 2 hours ago in the meeting that they've been crying and begging the Lagos State government to bring the result. Lagos State said they took the Bamishe toxicology abroad. Case 2.5 years, no conviction. So just follow me. You get updates on Bamishe, and we're working on both of them, side by side. What I can tell you, categorically speaking, right now is we smell blood on the hands of Lagos State. If you investigate the Bamishe case, go and read The Guardian. We published an article today on The Guardian based on Bamishe. So check out The Guardian of today. You see the article that we pushed out. And more investigation is coming out and more stories are coming out. But I want to tell you guys that Lagos State, in my opinion, has blood on its hands in the case of Bamishe and in the case of Mobad, because we are seeing the same MO, the way the Lagos State government is handling this. I want to say, Lagos State governor, you better come clean and stop lying to the people. Stop lying to the people, Lagos State governor. You lied that you sent out something to US or UK. You have been exposed. Now in Bamishe's case, we're finding out the same MO. Why are you lying to the people? People that pay you. Your citizens are being lied to. You can't be found credible when it comes to cases of murder. Lagos State is becoming a serial killer of its indigents. Lagos State, serial killer of its indigents. That's going to be the next headline. And we're going to be working, we're going to start a campaign with all the international organizations in Lagos State and embassies to demand justice for Mobad, justice for Bamishe. You can't silence all Nigerians and silence the international community. They don't think like you. They're not corrupt like you. They're not corrupt like your police department. So the fire is just getting turned on. You thought we were quiet, but we've been silently investigating and checking out things. And Governor Sanwo-Olu, you are a disgrace to the position of governorship. You are not handling this thing at all. You are becoming complicit. It is becoming almost an MO for you under your regime that people get killed. Those are the ones we know about, the ones people can even cry about. Imagine the people that are being killed that nobody heard of. We know of these 2-3 cases, and you can't even be dignified to speak the truth. What type of governor are you? Why did you come to run for office? Just to kill our people and reduce the integrity of Lagos State, the biggest commercial city in Africa? What type of people elected you? Let me tell you guys, you can run, but you can't hide. During office, after office, you're gonna pay for all your crimes. Use Donald Trump as your example. You can booger, you can intimidate, you can brag all you want, but there comes a time when justice catches up on your butt, and you're gonna sing, and you're gonna go to jail, and you're gonna pay for every crime that you refuse to correct in Lagos State. So that's what I'm going to say for now. Just follow up, guys. We just started the drumbeat. We are going to change the narratives. We have technocrats, we have intelligent, we have good meaning, well-meaning Nigerians, Africans on this case. You can't kill everybody, so you better hands down and give us the truth. If you don't give us the truth, you're going to be complicit and you're going to be charged. You're going to pay for lying, for covering up the truth, for even negligence of duty. Why are you on duty? You are negligent in giving the people justice because you're lying. You lie with your autopsy. You lie with your results abroad. It's so sad that we Africans who are supposed to be the top, we are at the bottom because of numbnuts like you who are greedy to run for office, greedy to grab power, and you can't even give. You who are greedy to run for office. We're not even crying about the money that you're stealing and how you've looted the whole country and the state. But
Kings Victor, mute yourself, please, sir. Thank you.
simple justice you can't even give. You can't give justice. You're lying. You're lying to the people that pay you with their tax money. You're trying to turn Lagos State into a fearful ground. People can't bring their children from abroad because of your governance. Families are afraid to visit home. People are jackpotting every day. They are ending up in Italy sleeping with dogs and cows. Doctors and lawyers are driving cabs and they are washing toilets because of the likes of you. You're gonna pay for your crime. It's time the drumbeat starts. You're gonna pay. You pay big time. Both young and old are running away from Lagos, from Nigeria because of your corrupt and wicked acts. You've turned our youths into cultists. You turn all of them into cultists and 419ers. But you can only sleep and lay your head down on one side of the bed at a time. Your greed gonna catch up on you. Your wickedness is coming home to roost. We're going to shout it. We're going to go on the mountaintops. We're going to go everywhere, to every embassy, to every international organization, until you crack. Tell us, where is Bamishe's autopsy toxicology result? Where the hell is it? Almost 3 years. Bamishe's old man is crying. Grandma is crying. Brothers and sisters are crying. Baba Mohbad is crying. Sylvester is crying. Their blood is on your hand, Lagos State Governor. Under your watch, you're turning Lagos State into a serial killing field. Cultists are thriving. Corruption thriving. Police negligent. Under your watch. Guys, I'm going to rest for now. Let somebody else take over. Thank you.
African TV, thank you for your submission. That is quite enlightening. And may God bless you and give you the vigor and the power you need to carry on. Justice for wherever we can get it, for whoever it is that hasn't been served that justice, whichever family out there. See, if you look at a very short insight of this whole process, you will soon want to understand that there is a brotherhood confraternity that has holding on the way Lagos is governed, and it sits under a cartel. Under that cartel now, we now have the cultists who have been recruited. Obviously, the Yahoo boys are nowhere to be found now, so they are all cultists answering to their masters. And we know at the very top, there are people who have been governors in Lagos before. There are people who have fooled us before. We have the NSAS. We saw where they planted some camera somewhere and all sort of stuff. Nobody died, and all of a sudden we are burying God knows how many hundreds of people. We know the journey of Obelegushi, of how he ended up in Lagos. We know what he was doing in America. I'm sure it's part of the cartel. Whoever it is transporting and shipping for them. It was rewarded, obviously, with this Ubership, which we know is political driven. And we know that the political powers behind him are protecting him. And we also know that the elitists in there, the elitists that actually depend on this cultism, that are so not enlightened, that are so illiterate, And if there were, even if you want to fee Oruko Bowonla Sherry, we used to have a guy, MC Oluomo. We know how prominent MC Oluomo was in Lagos. I'm sorry to mention his name, but he's probably prominent in Abuja right now, close to the Oga at the top. Now, this is what we are dealing with, and this is the reason why it will be extremely difficult for us to be able to unravel this process, because the people we can cry to are part of the cartel. They are part of this cultism. They are part of this brotherhood confraternity. And we always need to just keep that at the back of our minds, that we don't have anyone to reach out to who is single-minded, that can actually allow them to engage and see things differently. Otherwise, we will just find that they commit suicide in their apartment somewhere, and that story will just be like, he committed suicide, oh, it's something to do with duty, is over. Those are the kind of things that you will find when people who are single-minded want to challenge them, they buy them and silence them. So we are dealing with a big, massive cartel here. And we don't want to mention substances. We don't want to mention a shop. We don't want to mention the goods that are in that shops. We don't want to mention the people that they are selling the goods to. And we don't want to mention people, if you stand in their way, will send their boys at the cultism level to go and finish them off and finish the business. Now, that is one aspect of the process that we probably don't want to talk about, because we don't want to drop names. As you can see, I'm being careful, and as careful as you can. Always put it at the back of your mind that Lagos State, over the last 20 years, is being run as a cartel. And whatever it is that you see that flourishes in Lagos today, even if they give us Fifth Mainland Bridge, the money they used to actually build that bridge is tainted and blood money. It is not taxpayers' money. If you want to tell me that taxpayers' money is doing things in Lagos, I challenge you, and I will go to the municipal office, and I want the governor of Lagos State to tell me names of every Nigerian over the last 20 years that have been paying taxes to the government, apart from the civil servant. Apart from the public servants in Nigeria. I will bring them to books that they will never be able to show us even 12% of an average Nigerian that is self-employed, that is paying government taxes. So all the money that they are using to build that Lagos that someone professed they built is built of blood and tainted money. Take it from me. And that is how they've been able, I mean, for someone who is able to get away with anything, even in American standard, you're able to get away with carteling millions of dollars, and you walk out of that free. You become a free man in Lagos. When Tinubu himself was appointed as the governor of Lagos, or whatever first office he upheld at the time, he was wearing slippers. It looked like Alabaru. And look at him today. That guy cannot go to any court in the land, in this world, on this planet, and put a pamphlet on the table and say, this is how I acquired or amassed my wealth. So these are the people we are dealing with. It's not just Sanwo-Olu. It's not just Sanwo-Olu. It is a cartel. It is a cartel that is embraced by us, that we celebrate as people. And these are the people that hijacked the last election. And when we went to court and we thought we were going to get justice, can you actually imagine the magnitude of a man who can hijack an electoral system in a country as big as Nigeria with over 200 million people? And when they adjudicating on this whole process, all the lawyers in court were sleeping. They were sleeping. We watched them live sleeping. Sleeping. and we still want justice. And you mention name everywhere you want to mention names. Even if the richest man in Nigeria get justice for his child, yeah, the fact that the life is unlawfully taken, the fact that that child died an untimely death, there is no amount of justice that can be served. No amount of justice. When you take someone's life illegally and you did it because you think you can, and because this guy is a celebrity, that's the reason why we know. No wonder. It's because he's a celebrity. How about lives that are being taken every day, every hour, twice a day, 15 times a day? How about if you go to Nigeria and you set up a database and get everybody in Nigeria to go to the office to sign up, anyone who has lost a loved one who has disappeared mysteriously, come and tell me what the figure will be in a month's time. These are the dangerous people in our society that we are dealing with. These guys have undermined the judicial process. They've undermined us as a citizen, normal citizen, by locking up Veron and Arifa unjustly. And there is Sanwo-Olu in Lagos. There is Tinubu, the president in Nigeria. Social media in any country in the world, that would have gone viral. And I'm telling you, those guys, not only will they have been released, all the NGOs across the West, everybody you can think about that advocate on behalf of human beings will come out. If you tell me that you are powerful, you cannot be powerful beyond reason in the West to unjustly hijack people on the streets, hijack citizens on the street, regardless of whether they defame your character or not. We defame president's character in the West. We defame prime minister's character in the West. I live in London here. I can go to Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park and I can say anything I want to say, as long as I'm not advocating that people go and kill themselves or go and bomb themselves or whatever. I can say anything I want to say about the Prime Minister of England based on how I feel, because I'm a taxpayer, and nothing will happen to me as long as I haven't advocated for him to be paid or any silly stuff like that. And in Nigeria, Oba, a common cockroach. Cockroach. Elegushi is a common cockroach. Can go and hijack fellow citizens on the streets. And anyone who is happy that such happened to Veron and this guy because they don't like them on social media. How I wish nothing of such happens to yours or one of yours. You can't just go and kidnap someone on the street. If there is a petition, Baba Mohbad's petition, we saw it on social media, he went to police station. Why didn't they go and kidnap him at the inquest? Or as he's coming out of the inquest and go and kidnap him on the street? But Oba is saying, I want to make example of Veron and Arifa. And there is nothing the governor of Lagos State can do about it, because the governor of Lagos State is part of the whole process. To give which power in our constitution allow Oba Elegushi to go and arrest these two people and lock them up indefinitely? I rest my case.
Sorry I interject you. I just want to correct you on that petition. It's not petition, but it's a letter of invitation. So that's a correction, sir.
Letter of invitation or petition, no, they are similar. We invite you to come to
No,
court to come and
there is
talk to
difference
us or come to
between
police
there is
station.
difference between
Look,
invitation letter and
I
what's it
don't. I
called,
don't even want to. I don't even
petition.
want to get technical. I don't even want to get technical. Should that guy be invited to the police station? Whether it's letter of
No,
anything, should he be invited to police station?
no, not at all.
They've buyed his son illegally. He's fighting for justice for his son. Should he even be in police station for that now to be broadcast across the globe? It's unjust. I don't care whether they want him to
It's true.
come and
You're
answer
right.
questions.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You want to come and answer question, we petition you. You getting this man out of his life. He's still looking for justice for his son, and it's still the same idiots that are part of this whole process that are still disturbing this guy's mental health. You know, we'll put it in a nutshell, put it anywhere. Doesn't matter. What's he going to police station for? The people that should be locked up, all the ones that should be in prison up till now, they've all been released.
And why? And what is Sam Larry doing there? Do you notice that they said that Sam Larry is there?
Sam Larry is where?
He was in the station when they invite Baba.
This is what I'm saying. You're saying it's a letter or something. It's not petition. What's the difference? Why did they mago and get Baba Mohbad to go to the wrong police station? Because they sent him to Obaleguchi's staged police station, a police station that has been staged by Obaleguchi and his people. That's why they sent Baba. For him to be there till the early hours of the morning, and you still want that man to be focused? To be focused simply because he just wants the body of his son in a morgue. Out of respect. Since the people that put this thing together did not have respect for him and his son. And he wanted that dignity. Dignity. The body is getting colder. The body is going to rotten. The body is going to start smelling. We need to do something. We need to put this body in the morgue. And yet, they orchestrated this whole process. They engineered it knowing that at that point in time, this guy is emotional to a point where he's helpless. Who was there to comfort this man? Adura, who is a son, who's probably a bastard, probably not even as Mama Mohbad said, probably even a bastard. Probably the guy that was shagging her when they were living in that house was the one that impregnated her for Adura. Who knows? Nobody to comfort the man. No woman, nobody. You just buy someone's son. You are not there to comfort him. You are there to literally start protecting yourself. Start dodging all the corners. Start putting all the process in place to protect yourself. The man doesn't know what's going on other than, he's just distraught at the time. And this is what we're talking about. Sam Larry was there. Obaleguchi probably was behind the counter, under the counter there, gloating. These are evil people. They have protection. They are being protected by their own. The Lagos State governor is there, and the president of Nigeria is also part of the cartel. So if he wants to come and hammer me, let him come and look for me where I am with any form of stupid constitution that he wants to quote. At least the jurisdiction that I am in right now will protect me, as they are using the jurisdiction they are in to torture people. Torture people. We now don't have to lock you up and torture you. We can mindlessly kill you slowly by killing your soul. And that is what they are doing to this man. I rest my case.